He didn't flinch. When Prince Edward was asked about the Epstein scandal, his first thought was of the victims. CNN's Eleni Giokos asked how he was coping with the crisis, in which his disgraced brother Andrew is such a pivotal player, when he was on stage at the World Government Summit in Dubai. And the Duke of Edinburgh coolly played it back with a straight bat. I think it's all really important always to remember the victims, and who are the victims in all this. A lot of victims in this, he said, becoming the first royal to publicly address the scandal since Andrew's disastrous Newsnight interview. His comments came hours after his disgraced brother, who faces growing demands for him to testify in the US, left his former home, Royal Lodge in Windsor, in the middle of the night, and slipped into exile at Wood Farm, Sandringham. The two incidents, Edward commenting on the victims, and Andrew's midnight flit, exposed the huge difference in character. 4 years separate them in age. Might as well be 40. Andrew, born in 1960, and the first child born to a reigning monarch in 103 years, was raised at Buckingham Palace. He was the Queen's favorite, her little action man. The Falklands War hero who went straight to Naval College. Edward arrived in 1964. Quieter, more studious, he went up to Cambridge to read history. As an undergraduate he enjoyed amateur dramatics, but wasn't a member of the Cambridge Footlights. In the nursery, Andrew was a bruiser who overwhelmed his younger, more delicate brother. Edward was a sweet child, good-looking with a calm nature. His flushed cheeks made him a favorite with palace staff. He was closer to his eldest brother Charles than any of the other siblings. The 16-year gap between them created an almost avuncular dynamic for Charles rather than traditional sibling rivalry. Charles, already a teenager when Edward was born, would spin bedtime stories for his youngest brother during family summers at Balmoral, fantastical tales about the Old Men of Lochnagar that he'd later publish as a book in 1980. He played games with Edward, bonding across the years in ways that seemed effortless. Charles had found his father demanding and his mother distant, which is perhaps why he became a different kind of parental figure for Edward. He was protective towards him, imaginative and funny. Andrew, meanwhile, was loud and robust. He would constantly swipe his younger brother. If he saw Edward going for a particular piece of cake, Andrew would try to grab it first. Edward learned to yield to him.